You are now entering Night Storm Nation.
All I have to say is this.
Child abuse.
If you are one of those people
Divorce.
that have been put down all of your life,
Infidelity.
beat up and trapped in a pit of woe,
Depression.
it is time for you to stand up with the Night Storm Nation, because we aren't going anywhere. I'm YG Night Storm, the man not afraid to be transparent, as I help real people with real issues. And my co-host is my queen, my stunningly gorgeous wife.
Good morning, ATL. This is Toby George Night Storm, the woman not afraid to tell the truth as to how things really are. And this is Night Storm Radio, radio gone real because we are you.
Yeah! Now, you can call us in at 404-355-8699 if you're in the ATL. And to all the Night Storm Nation members across the country, call 1-866-923-2860 and love860.com. So, sweetheart, what's the conflict for the day, baby?
Well, today we're going to be talking about how unhealthy lifestyles are literally killing us and our relationships.
We finna get into something now.
You know it, as usual.
As usual. Now, Night Storm Nation, let's just break it down. It's no secret that we are an obese country.
That's right.
It just is what it is. We are spoiled and have the best of everything. But there is a dangerous reality when you live a life of overindulgence with little to no rectification. Now, we're eating too much, drinking too much, we're getting bigger, and we're dying quicker. And I'm an expert on this subject because just 2 short years ago, Night Storm Nation, hold your breath, I weighed
Breathe.
a whopping 340 pounds with serious health issues. But we're going to get into that a little bit later, sweetheart.
Yeah, but you fine now, so, you know, that's all that matters.
Says the queen. I'm fine now.
Now, people gain weight for different reasons, but the results are still, unfortunately, the same. People are ridiculed, they're bullied, they're put down, or maybe even dumped by their significant others. And we all remember when Kim Kardashian was pregnant and all the rumors were swirling about how Kanye, you know, he wasn't attracted to her anymore because she wasn't the right weight. You know, that butt got a little bit too much out of hand. And then, you know, there's the story about Adele, and she was being dumped by her boyfriend for being overweight.
Yeah, I remember that story. And as far as, Kim Kardashian's derriere, Kanye West ain't complaining now, okay? And nobody.
He probably wasn't complaining then.
I think it was just paparazzi.
I think
saying
so,
that stuff.
too. I think that was the
They
media.
just were looking for a story. Now, Night Storm Nation, now this ugliness of the weight gain issues and folks talking about you is terrible for us in the United States, but our cousins in Europe have some of the same issues across the pond as well. Now, Denny Kurkova, and I hope I'm pronouncing their name correctly, Denny Kurkova published a story on dailymail.co.uk a few days ago about a medical student dumped by his girlfriend, forget this, sweetheart, for being too chubby. And this dude then now became a professional bodybuilder. And get this, baby, guess what you think his ex-girlfriend is trying to do now?
Lure him back?
Yeah, she trying to get him back.
I guess right. Okay, now, Kurkova says that Jack Darby, 23, from Wolverhampton, was made to feel ashamed of his rounded build and decided to get into shape, and that was his best revenge. Like Ivanka said, living well is the best revenge. Now, the medical student at Leicester University has spent the last 18 months bodybuilding to achieve his muscular physique. And he can lift now more than 1.5 times his body weight.
He in the gym good.
Wait a minute, I weigh how much? And you gonna pick me up 1.5 times?
Well, he can pick up, half the time his body weight. So he been in the gym good. Yeah.
I can't do a push-up. And he pick it up himself.
Baby, you do push-ups just fine.
Man, please.
Anyway, Night Storm Nation, because I ain't finna say nothing crazy about my wife. I value my marriage. But anyway, 4 years ago, Jack, who is 5'11", he felt embarrassed taking off his shirt in public and was worried that his rounded belly and love handles were a turn off to his girlfriend. Now, he regularly, like Americans, he ate fast food and developed a beer belly after boozing nights out. So he was drinking a lot. He was eating a whole lot of unhealthy foods that was quick and convenient like most of us do. All right. Now, Jack, at the time he was 19, he became uncomfortable when his girlfriend's eye began to wander to other men with the quote-unquote toned, muscly physique, sweetheart.
So, according to Jack, he said his girlfriend never told him that, he was getting fat, but she kept dropping hints about going to the gym, and he noticed her looking down at his gut. And he also said she seemed really put off by it, and we became less intimate. We'd be drinking in the pub, and I see her eyes following fit, muscly guys. And she also swooned over men on TV. His girlfriend soon dumped him after that, and she told him that she didn't want some saggy dude and needed a real man with muscles.
Oh, no. Wait a minute. Hold on,
what does
baby.
Real man and muscles have?
Wait a minute. Hold on. First off, she said, I don't need some saggy dude, and I need a real man with muscles. Let me do this in my best Brit accent, okay?
Oh, wow.
I don't need a saggy dude. I just need a real man with muscles.
Oh, my Lord, please stay at your day job. You are not British.
I know, that was terrible. Okay. Now, this broke, back in my regular American accent, okay. Now, this broke his heart, but motivated him to change his life and eating habits. Now, after all of that work in the gym, his ex, and I repeat, his ex is now begging him, sweetheart, to come back to her, and that she really loves him. And, okay, but back to the Brit thing. I really love you. Now,
look, you sound like Data. Would you please stop?
Data from Star Trek.
From Star Trek, yes,
what
please.
Genre are you in, sweetheart?
Come on now.
Okay, back in it. Now, he ignored her pleas for renewed love and is enjoying campus life. Now, Darby expressed himself proudly. He says, and I'm going to do it back in my British accent. I'm going to get this right. I've been walking around campus and have definitely noticed girls looking my way. Before, I was pale and pudgy, and I felt uncomfortable taking my top off. But now I'll happily walk around naked. I can care less about my ex. She is a sad, shallow person that only loves superficial things. My muscles do not make me a better man. I do, and I am better off without her.
I'm so sorry, NYGHTSTORM Nation. I couldn't stop him.
What?
I couldn't stop him.
What? That was a good British accent.
Okay, if you say so.
I sounded like straight up Captain Picard from Star Trek since you brought it up. I sounded like that, man. Yes, I did.
Okay, moving on. We have a letter. We have a letter. And it goes, Dear NYGHTSTORMs, I love my wife, but she eats too much and is getting fat.
Wait,
now he only wrote this to us now.
Oh,
this is his thoughts. Now hush now.
No, he didn't.
I tell her all the time that it's not good for her health, but she just will not listen to me. She used to be the most beautiful woman I've ever known. Now she's eating me out at the Chinese buffet.
Oh no. Oh, no, you ain't, dude.
Okay, or shall I say she's out eating me, because eating me out just don't sound nice at all. But she's out eating me at the Chinese buffet, and all I see is her scarfing down plate after plate with no signs of slowing down. Now, to make matters worse, she has gained 50 pounds and now has diabetes and high blood pressure. This is serious, and her extra weight has even affected our intimacy because I'm no longer attracted to her. I find myself looking at my slim coworkers and trying not to cheat. Help!
Oh, no. Okay. NYGHTSTORM Nation. And, sir, I'm so happy that you sent us this letter. And I hope to God you don't talk to your wife this way.
I did. Look.
I hope you don't.
This is just a diary journal entry. I would hope.
Yeah, so. I hope he just sent it to the NYGHTSTORMs, and we're going to help you out. And I hope to God you don't talk to your wife that way, or you might not be married for too much longer. But anyway.
But I can understand within all of this, what he's trying to say is that he's concerned about her health.
Yes.
Okay, he said that she's already developed diabetes.
Yes.
And high blood pressure.
Yes.
She's put on extra weight.
Uh-huh.
And he loves his spouse, and he's concerned. I'm gonna move away all those other lines
of her out eating him at the Chinese buffet,
and I'm just gonna stick to that point right there because I can understand. Because it used to be a time where I myself was a little bit smaller, but I can understand. But I love Ben and Jerry's, though. They're my friend.
Ben and Jerry's is a hero in our household. Now, unfortunately, just like our NYGHTSTORM Nation member who sent us that letter, millions of distraught lovers around the nation are perplexed on how to tell their sweetie pie that they are getting larger at an uncomfortable pace. Okay? Now, seeing how it is terribly difficult to find true honesty in most relationships, the good folks at WikiHow.com dedicated their time and attention to help ease the burden of the heaviness of this situation by writing a blog called, get this, How to Tell Your Husband or Wife That They Are Getting Fat.
Now, feeling compelled to tell someone that they're packing on pounds is never a comfortable situation to find yourself in, especially if you're married. Now, a lot of emotion and esteem issues are rolled into how we perceive our own weight, and it causes each of us feel we must tread carefully when we're bringing up the topic and show concern for our loved one's health.
Now, however, baby, the reality is that in many cases, letting your spouse know he or she is becoming overweight can save their life or at the very least improve their quality of health, okay? Now, many serious diseases ranging from cancer and heart disease to diabetes and stroke are linked directly to obesity, while being overweight can curtail the enjoyment of many activities as well as being a source of health risk. Now, while it won't be easy, NYGHTSTORM Nation, to tell your honey.
Because they see it. What they need you tell them for?
I know, right? Okay. But it ain't going to be easy to tell your baby to slow down on the cookie consumption, and especially Ben and Jerry's in our house.
See, you done lost that fight right there when it came out your mouth.
Like I was saying, it could save your spouse's life, and thanks to your intervention and support, a happier, more energetic, and healthier person your spouse will emerge to be. So let's just talk about this. Number one way to tell your spouse that they're getting fat, a good way to say it is, begin the dialogue earlier and rather than later. Now, although everyone's weight may fluctuate, don't wait until your spouse has put on so much weight that weight loss may involve medical intervention. Now, if your spouse has put on 10 to 15 pounds and doesn't seem to be trying to lose the weight, now is the time to intervene and say, sweetheart, maybe, just maybe, we don't need to get that Ben and Jerry's this time.
I don't think 10 to 15 pounds, depending on how the person is built, can be that bad because, I'm tall for a female. I'm almost 5'10".
You are
so it depends.
Amazon.
I think I could carry 10 to 15 pounds.
You can carry anything
Ben
you
and
want,
Jerry's.
and I'll be right there with you.
Well, the very best moment to begin is when your spouse complains about, for whatever reason, I'm seeing myself naked. I don't like it. So that's that time to go in and go, hey, baby, we can go for a walk. Or I can help you with your exercising, and approach the matter with care and consideration. Whatever the reason for putting on the weight, it's important to be considerate of your spouse's feeling when raising the matter. Start by asking your spouse how she is feeling, but never just blurt out your spouse, you're fat. Your spouse relies on you to care about them and their feelings. And if you attack them, they are going to shut it down and go and get another pint of Ben & Jerry's. That's all I got to say about
that. That is absolutely true. And it ain't never like that ever happened in our household. That don't happen in our house. But anyway.
I don't even hear you.
No, because I don't say nothing. Now, being
even
conscious.
Even if you did, I wouldn't hear you.
I know. That's why you the queen. But being conscious that your spouse might not view the weight gain in the same light as you, your spouse is likely to be aware that his or her clothes don't fit as they used to fit, but may not treat the issue as seriously as you. So it could be a wake-up call for your spouse that you do see that this is a major health issue. So let's go on to the next one. Suggest a medical evaluation. Just how you do it in a little slick way. Now, be sure to have your spouse's weight and BMI, the body mass index, checked at the doctor's office before making assumptions. Ask your spouse about his or her last medical checkup. Like, when the last time you went to the doctor, baby? Now, if he or she hasn't seen a doctor and had blood work done in the past year, suggest them to schedule one so you can eliminate a hidden medical problem. Okay. I think that's brilliant.
That's good. That's good, because sometimes weight gain can be chemical or a hormonal imbalance. You got the thyroid thing happening. And after childbirth, some women may experience thyroid problems, which are linked to unexplained weight gain and medical conditions, but medication can solve this. We need to consider the obstacles at home. Part of being supportive is about acknowledging your input into the weight gain. If you're someone who can eat almost anything and never put on weight, or you exercise a lot and watch what you eat, it's not necessarily going to be the same for your spouse. And on the other hand, if you're encouraging your spouse to be less active, this can be contributed to his or her weight gain. Just because you're blessed with perfect genes and a high metabolism does not mean you can eat junk food in front of them. They're going to want to eat what they see you eating.
I know, right? Some folk just blessed with good metabolisms and bodies where they can just eat all the Ben and Jerry's in the world and stay fine and looking good. While some folk like myself, we pick up some Ben and Jerry's and I got to be in the gym the next day.
Well, I want you to be happy with me. We toast our spoons together.
Okay, anyway, now the last part of this, you have to encourage your entire household to cook and eat healthy. Now, one of the best ways to lose weight is to fuel your body with healthy foods.
Right.
Okay, and we need everybody to be involved, because some folk, like I say, not nobody that I know that's in the studio right now, anything, they can just eat good, look good and everything and not have to worry about it. But some people, like yours truly, not saying anything, baby. Got to watch what they eat, because if I eat like some folk, I'm gonna be big as a house and I'll be back to 340 pounds, and then I will be a sad case indeed, baby.
You're just fine. And I do eat healthy. Let me just say, we don't have a diet of Ben and Jerry's. That's our little indulgence. We don't drink. So we just sit down and eat our ice cream. But we want to help, our people to get involved and get fit and get healthy. And if you have a mobile electronic device, download a fitness app and a food diary. And these can be easy and fun ways to help your spouse keep track of the things they do to stay fit and monitor their food intake. Plus, you can offer to do the same and share the results regularly. Now, follow your own advice and be engaged in your spouse's shape up. If your spouse appears to be interested in getting healthy, lead by example. If you're not already doing so, make it your priority to get healthy too. Even if you're able to eat junk food and stay slim and healthy, if you already eat a clean, lean diet, exercise at least 5 days a week, share your habits more obviously with your spouse by engaging them in cooking, shopping, exercising, and other elements that help bring about a better understanding of creating a healthier lifestyle.
All that stuff the Queen said, and write your spouse a love letter saying, yo, I see what you doing. I see you. I see the results you doing. You go ahead, baby. Or you tell your husband, boy, you are bad.
You are fine.
You are fine,
look
dude.
at the muscles.
All right, so when we get back after the break, we are going to be talking to an incredible person. She is a health guru, and she is going to help us be able to help our loved ones lose weight the right way, the healthy way, where we can feel empowered. Ain't that right, baby?
Sounds good to me.
So we'll be back on NYGHTSTORM Radio, Love860.com, Atlanta's inspirational talk radio station. See you after the break. Man, my wife gets on my nerves, my kids get on my nerves, my boss get on my nerves. Life is really kicking me in the eye.
Hold on, good sir.
Who's that?
I'm your conscience. And I'm here to tell you about NYGHTSTORM's book, All Action, No Talk. It is a book he wrote to help out people like us dealing with crap, garbage, and generally irritating things that makes life difficult.
Okay. Can he find me a new younger wife that does that sexy thing when she...
Hold on now. This book can help us improve our current marriage, improve our relationships with our children, and help us defeat the adversity of life challenges. Now get it together and go to NYGHTSTORM.com, NYGHTSTORM.com, and buy the book. NYGHTSTORM.com, you say? Yes, NYGHTSTORM.com. Okay, I guess I'll do it. Anything to make you shut up. Whatever. Hey, you, guy or gal that's listening, are you enjoying the night storms? Good. If you want the 411 on me, YG Night Storm,
And me, Toby George Night Storm, a.k.a. Lady Night Storm, visit nightstorm.com. That's NYGHTSTORM.com. Check out our informative blogs, videos, and see what Night Storm Nation is doing to benefit the community. You can also follow us on Twitter and Facebook.
Thanks again for listening to the Night Storms on Night Storm Radio every Thursday at 11 a.m. to noon on Love 860 a.m. Atlanta's inspirational station. We are you.
Hi everyone, it's me, Lady Night Storm, and have I got news for you. Want to know how to keep up with us and what we're doing in the community? It's easy. Just like us on Facebook at Night Storm Radio. Follow us on Twitter at Night Storm Radio and become part of the Night Storm Nation mailing list at nightstorm.com. That's NYGHTSTORM. Keep up with all our promotions, contests, and latest happenings. Night Storm Radio. We are you.
You are now rocking with the Night Storms on Atlanta's inspirational station, Love 860 AM WAEC. Now back to the show.
Welcome back to Night Storm Radio Show. Ready Show. Hey, all in one. Be sure to like us on Facebook, Night Storm Radio, and on Twitter at Night Storm Radio, so you can stay informed and join the Night Storm Nation at nightstorm.com. NYGHTSTORM.
Yeah, we about to do this. Gonna introduce our guest. Cue that music, please. Oh, yeah.
Stop!
If you don't know Night Storm Nation, you better ask somebody. Check it out. Our distinguished guest today is a certified holistic health coach and teaches clients the link between nutrition and wellness and how to use food as medicine, focusing on disease management and prevention through nutritional counseling, health cooking classes, meal planning, and pantry makeovers. Clients are given the motivation and empowerment to reach their health goals and move towards a truly healthy lifestyle. She has designed programs aimed at fighting heart disease, diabetes, cancer, something I can't pronounce, and a host of other serious health conditions.
Fibromyalgia.
So, ladies and gentlemen of Night Storm Nation, it is my honor, privilege, and pleasure to introduce to you Ramona Fasula.
Hello, how are you?
Hey, Ramona, how you doing, ma'am?
I'm doing great. How are you doing?
Doing good, good, good. Okay.
I love your energy, by the way. You have amazing energy. I love it.
Well, thank you, ma'am. You know, if you had a wife as pretty as mine, I'll tell you this, boy.
That's that 5-hour energy drink.
Okay, Ramona, we got some questions for you, okay? So, all right, Night Storm Nation, get ready for this. Now, what is one motto that you live by, ma'am, and teach your clients to live by?
I would say let food be thy medicine, and I actually took that from Hippocrates, who's the father of Western medicine. He understood the healing power of food, and that's what I teach my clients. Food is such a powerful healer, and people don't think of it as that. You know, you think you have to eat to feel full. They don't think of it as nourishment. And, you know, everything that you eat becomes part of your blood, it becomes part of your cells, it becomes part of your tissues. So you want to make sure that you're putting the right foods into your body. So I teach people all about food and how to prevent disease and even reverse disease, because there are a lot of diseases out there that can be reversible with diet.
So you mean Ben and Jerry's is treating my body?
You can make healthy meals or snacks from something that's unhealthy. I mean, I was lucky enough to train under Christina Perillo. I don't know if you guys are familiar with her down in Atlanta. She's well known actually around the world. She is a leading natural health expert. She's my mentor. She's my good friend. And I was lucky enough to take cooking classes under her. We made candy that was healthy. We made cakes and cookies that were healthy. So you can really make anything healthy.
Well, 'cause I have heard of her, and I've seen the website, and I've seen all the great stuff she's doing. So you had an excellent teacher, ma'am.
Oh, she's amazing. Wonderful, wonderful woman. And here's a woman that actually had leukemia when she was 25, and she cured it with a macrobiotic diet.
Okay, see, now that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah. So, I mean, food is a healer, and that's what she taught me, how to use food as medicine, and that's what I live by, and that's what I teach my clients to live by as well.
That's good stuff. Now, out of all of this expertise that you got, because you're a class act all on your own. We already know about her, and she doing her thing, but you doing your thing too. So I want to ask you this, ma'am. What do you think is the biggest misconception about health today?
Well, I think the biggest misconception is that, when you cook healthy, you're not giving up flavor, and people think that. They think, oh God, tofu or tempeh, it's not gonna taste good, it's gonna taste like cardboard. It's not. I mean, it's all in how you cook it, and that's what I teach people, to make healthy meals that are quick. You get them on the table quickly, and they taste really good. And I love it. I mean, I could tell people to eat their broccoli till I'm blue in the face, but if I actually go and teach them, this is how you prepare broccoli, and it tastes really good, and they listen, that it's so much more impactful than me just telling somebody to eat something. I want to show them how to prepare it, and then they'll see how it tastes, and they like it.
Well, if you can show me how to make broccoli taste good without cheese on it.
I can actually tell you. Actually, I make broccoli with some avocado, with some lemon juice, and sea salt, and it tastes delicious. You should try it.
Wow. Okay, sure. So what kind of services does Wellness by Ramona offer?
I do everything from nutritional counseling. I teach healthy cooking classes. I do meal planning. I do pantry makeovers, and that's always fun. I get to go into people's refrigerators and pantries, and then I clean out all the unhealthy stuff, and then I teach them how to read labels for about an hour, and then I'll actually take them to the supermarket, and they'll replace all the unhealthy foods with healthy stuff. So it's fun. I mean, I just clean out everything, and then they just start from scratch.
Wait a minute. Now, hold on. Let me ask you this, because, see, folk get sensitive when you start raiding their refrigerator.
Especially if you're going in the freezer.
So, I mean, so have you ever had any kind of pushback from one of your clients when they look at, now, Ramona, I understand what you're saying. I understand I'm healthy, but doggone it, sister, I need this in
New
my
York
life.
Super Fuzz Chunk.
No, because I think, and a lot of people that, and it goes back to what you were saying in an earlier segment. People in this country, unfortunately, they don't tend to do anything about their health until they're facing some kind of health issue. Right. And I want to get people to understand that it should be all about prevention. I always tell my clients it takes a lot less energy to prevent a disease from occurring than to fight your way back when you're sick, because it takes a lot of energy to do that. So, just teaching people, getting them in the mindset to prevent, and they get that when I go into their homes. I mean, unfortunately, a lot of them are suffering from diabetes or heart disease. I've worked with people that have had cancer before, and they want to make sure it doesn't come back. So there has to be a shift in the mindset of people in this country. That's how you solve this healthcare crisis, prevention.
Well, I am so happy.
Plain and simple.
I'm happy you brought that up. And since you brought that up, and you said about folks not really doing what they're supposed to do, Toby and I have come up with some of the top excuses for bad eating habits. Okay, Ramona, you ready for this?
I'm ready.
Okay, Toby, go ahead. What's excuse number one?
Well, depression, or I have PMS, and eating that whole chocolate cake make me feel better. Or And like in my case, I had to stop drinking alcohol because about on Easter of last year, I had what I thought was a heart attack, but it turned out to be a cardiac spasm. And I was in the hospital, and I was like, Lord, please don't let me die. And the voice in my head said, not a drop of alcohol shall pass your lip. And I was like, Lord, not even for Thanksgiving? And it was like, no, not a drop of alcohol. So I was like, okay, well, I need something else to make me feel good after a long day or, relax. And that's when Ben and Jerry became a friend of mine. And we sit back in a recliner and we cuddle up and we watch TV.
We are really plugging Ben and Jerry's
pint. And they was like, oh, it's 4 servings. I eat all 4. Thank you very much.
So how you feel about that, ma'am, Ramona, when you hear this excuse of, I'm depressed, or, not in my case, but, when these folks say, I got PMS and I got to eat this chocolate cake. And
this is my comfort food.
This is my
end of the day comfort
How you feel
food.
about that?
You know what's funny? Food affects your mood. So if you're eating the right foods and you're in balance, then you're not going to feel that way, if you think about it. And if you look at things like PMS, give up dairy. Dairy is a cause of PMS. If you take the dairy out, then you're not going to get PMS.
Wow.
It's amazing how food affects your body in every single way. And if you're dealing with things like depression, acupuncture is amazing. My mom is actually, doing acupuncture now. She's getting acupuncture treatments, but acupuncture is amazing. And Chinese medicine, they understand about prevention. And in this country, unfortunately, we don't. And that's what I'm trying to educate people on. Let's prevent it before something bad happens.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Okay, now we got another top excuse for bad eating habits. Now, this one is a doozy, and this really affects us Americans. Look, Ramona, it's called an all-you-can-eat buffet for a reason.
It doesn't mean you have to eat all of it.
That's true. That's true. Okay, that's true. All right, because I know some folk, because money is tight, and I hear a lot of this from the Night Storm Nation. They like, look, YG, I done took my family out, and it's only going to cost me $25 to feed everybody at the buffet. So I be telling my kids, you better eat because you ain't eat no more for the rest of the day. Mm-hmm. So when you hear stuff like that, because people are pinching their pennies, ma'am, and they're trying to stretch the food and they're trying to eat. They're overindulging on the food because of their bank accounts. Is there any kind of opinion that you have about that one, ma'am?
When it comes to health and wellness, I have an opinion about everything. So I'm going to share that with you right now. I'm going to share that with you right now. So, and there was actually a study done at Tufts University, a very small study, and it looked at organic eating versus conventional eating. And they found that the people that purchased organic, are you ready for this? They only spent $10 more a month than people that bought conventional foods.
Wow.
$10. That's not a lot of money.
Were they at Whole Foods? Because I done been to Whole Foods, and you spend a little bit more than $10.
You spend your whole check at Whole Foods.
I'm just saying.
No, but I mean, people think it costs more than it actually does. Okay. And once people really start getting in on the whole organic thing, it's going to drive the price down. And people don't realize that either. The more people that buy the food, it's gonna drive the cost of it down.
Okay. Well, so, what about the excuse of it's the holidays? We just finished with Thanksgiving and Christmas and New Year's, or it's the weekend, or it's date night. It's a special occasion.
Honestly, what I teach people is 90-10. 90% eat healthy. And then 10% you can cheat a little bit, because if you deny yourself the things that you really want, you're going to crave them even more. And what's going to happen is you're going to wind up eating more of that. So it's okay. I mean, I go to a restaurant and there's chocolate cake on the menu for dessert. Every now and again, I'll have a piece of it. It's okay to do that.
Okay. And since you brought that up about folks going to eat, here's another excuse. Okay. All right, Ramona. Somebody done brought donuts to the office. And it ain't my fault that I ate them all.
But it is your fault. You have to take responsibility for everything that you're eating. Just think about the health complications that come along with eating that donut. You're putting yourself at risk for obesity, for diabetes, which is a huge problem in this country. Type 2 diabetes is preventable, and it's reversible as well. And people don't realize that. They spend so much time and energy at the doctor's offices, taking medications and whatnot. But the actual cause of diabetes, and a lot of people don't know this, it's not sugar, it's saturated fat in the diet. Sugar aggravates it, but saturated fat causes it. And what happens is your cells are plugged up by the saturated fat in the diet, and it prevents glucose from getting into the cells. And what happens is your system is flooded with glucose, and then it starts to affect different organs. I mean, unfortunately, my dad passed away from complications of type 2 diabetes, and I'm very, very familiar with it. But I mean, he had his both feet amputated. He was a dialysis patient. He had cataracts removed. He had all kinds of complications from type 2 diabetes. But people need to realize, what they're eating and how it could affect their health. That would be looking at that donut, knowing what I know and knowing how it could affect my body. I wouldn't want any parts of that. But you can make healthy donuts. You can make healthy cakes. I would love to, get into the corporate world and make healthy snacks for these different corporations that are out there. And so they don't go and buy, donuts and unhealthy cakes and all kinds of stuff that just is not good for them.
I know. We love stuff that tastes good, and we think healthy is nasty. But what about...
It's so common. It's a misconception.
And what about the thing of I'll be healthy tomorrow? It'll be Monday. We're going to start everything off on Monday. On Monday, I'm going to be healthy, and we're going to start there.
You know what? It could be too late because, as I said, everything that you eat becomes part of your cells, your blood, your tissues when you eat it.
Yeah,
so,
and
think about that.
Okay, and I had that philosophy for a long time, Ramona. I'll start being healthy tomorrow until when I went to the doctor and I was 340 pounds, and the doctor told me lose weight or die. Okay. And I had a whole bunch of health complications, and my sweetheart, she was right there with me. But I said, I ain't ready to take that celestial dirt nap yet. I still have to take care of my wife. I still have these 7 children to take care of, and nobody's going to take care of them but me. So when you talk about taking responsibility and actively doing something about it, I started hitting the gym. And I still go to the gym 5 in the morning, 5 times a week. I make sure we watch what we're eating, not just watch me eat every doggone thing, but we watch what we eat. And the whole family had to change the eating philosophy. So dad is healthy, mom is healthy, and the children are healthy, and everybody's in the gym with me. So how do you feel about when people say I'll get healthy tomorrow, and why they need to do this real now, very quickly, ma'am?
Your health can change in the drop of a hat. And people, like I said, people just, they don't understand that. They really don't understand what they're consuming. And this is what I teach people. Let's prevent something bad from happening. And that's one of the reasons why I wrote my book, and I know that's something that you want to talk about as well. But I don't want people to suffer. I'm very sensitive to people and them suffering because of what I went through with my dad. So I want to get people, I want to change their mindset and get them aware of, you are what you eat. It is so true. I don't want them to have these health complications. We are such an unhealthy society, and the body's not meant to feel bad. You're meant to feel good. When the body's functioning the way it should be and you're eating the right foods, you're meant to feel good.
Yeah.
And I want people to feel good and enjoy their lives because you know what? Your health affects your quality of life in every single way.
Yes, ma'am.
Towards the end of my father's life, he was bedridden. He didn't have a great quality of life at all. And
we're going to get more into that after the break. We're going to come right back. We're going to get into your book, Ramona. We're going to talk about your father. But we're going to take a short break, and we'll be right back.
Night Storm Radio. Love 860 AM, Atlanta's inspirational talk station. I'm so hungry for this information, I can't even talk. See you on the other end of the break.
Event planners, are you worried that your next corporate get-together is going to be boring?
Then invite the Night Storms to speak at your next event and electrify your organization as we break down how to
grow your business, fix broken relationships, and conquer life challenges.
So make your next event epic. Invite me and the Queen to rock the house with inspirational techniques designed to empower individuals and maximize their true potential.
And thanks for listening to Night Storm Radio on Love 860 AM WAEC, Atlanta's inspirational station.
We are you.
This is Toby George Nightstorm, a.k.a. Lady Nightstorm, and I'm known as the woman not afraid to tell the truth about how things really are. And the truth I have to say to you is you should listen to Nightstorm Radio every Thursday from 11 to noon. And you should also like us on Facebook at Nightstorm Radio. Follow us on Twitter at Nightstorm Radio. And join the Nightstorm Nation mailing list on nightstorm.com. That's NYGHTSTORM.com. Nightstorm Radio on Love 860 AM WAEC, Atlanta's inspirational talk radio station. We are you. Why should you listen to Nightstorm Radio? Because we relate to you or someone you know with topics that are taken directly from our lives. Every time you tune in, you will hear a discussion about real subjects that affect real life. Why? Because we've been there. So join us right here on Love 860 AM WAEC every Thursday morning from 11 to noon. And tell a friend. Nightstorm Radio. We are you. Hello, Nightstorm Nation. This is Toby George Nightstorm, a.k.a. Lady Nightstorm. And I have a question for you. How much are you spending each day on lunch? $6, $7, $10 even? Do you know that for less than what you spend each week on lunch, you can advertise your business or service right here doing the show on Nightstorm Radio? Why don't you inbox us on Facebook, send us a message on Twitter, or drop us a line at nightstorm.com. Let us show you how you can get your business or service out in front of the people. Now back to the show.
Welcome back to Nightstorm Radio. Be sure to like us on Facebook and on Twitter at Nightstorm Radio, NYGHTSTORM Radio. Stay informed and join the Nightstorm Nation at nightstorm.com. Now, we have talked about a lot of this conflict about eating ourselves and eating ourselves to death, okay, and being unhealthy. And we have Ramona online, and she has been talking about her father and things on how we can save ourselves and our family members. And she also going to tell us how to fix this stuff because, Toby, did she write a book about this stuff? What's going on here?
She did. Now, Ramona, you wrote an excellent book named A Health Coach's Guide to Heart Health, and it's designed to help people to take command of their lives by controlling how and what they eat and to become healthier. Why don't you tell us about it?
Well, the whole reason that I wrote the book is because my mom had a heart attack a couple of years ago, and she's doing well, thankfully. But the thing with heart disease is that you don't know something's wrong until something bad happens, and you wind up in the emergency room. So what I did, I wrote this book. It's 11 Steps to a Healthy Heart. Now, obviously, there is a genetic component, but heart disease is largely preventable. So if you follow these 11 steps, then your chances of developing heart disease are significantly reduced. But you have to...
Well, right now we done lost her. We gonna try to get her back real quick. Hold on, Nightstorm Nation. She was talking about her book and the 11 steps, and we gonna get her back. Just call us back, Ramona. Now, I will tell you this. Now, when Ramona was talking about how she lost her dad, now in 2007, I lost my father, okay? And he wasn't exactly, living his life the way he needed to live it, and no judgment, okay? But Dad also ate a whole bunch of stuff that he knew wasn't good for him. And we was like, Dad, you might have to slow down. And he's like, no, I'll slow down when I'm ready. And I'll be able to change when I'm ready. I'll be able to do what I want to do when I'm ready. And unfortunately, a lot of us, we get into this mode where we feel like we're immortal. Right. We feel like, we have enough time to do what we need to do tomorrow. But what if, like Ramona was saying, what if tomorrow doesn't come? Okay? And I understand we got her back online now. Are you back, Ramona?
I am. I'm sorry. I don't know what happened.
That's okay. It's just technical difficulties. It's life, and we keep it moving. Now, keep your book, ma'am.
Yes. Yeah. So I mean, you like I was saying before, you can't pick and choose. You can't go to the gym and work out and then smoke cigarettes and expect to be healthy. And I see it so many times at my own gym. You know, I see people working out for an hour and then they go outside and they smoke a cigarette. And you just undid everything that you just did for an hour. So smoking, like things like, you know, exercising and not smoking and watching your stress levels, things like that. But I put it in this book, and I've gotten a lot of great feedback from cardiologists actually that I work with. But I made it a very easy read, and it's very easy to understand as well. But I'm very excited to have that out there because it's so important. And heart disease is the number one killer of both men and women in this country, and it doesn't have to be.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Largely preventable.
Yes, ma'am. And the fact of the matter is you are saying that a lot of this stuff is largely preventable, that you are telling folks that they have the power to change the courses of their lives. Okay, and it's not rocket science that you're preaching to these to folks. It's like, look, this is the issue, this is what's going on, this is how you get to that point. Now this is how you fix it. And I'm so happy that you're able to be transparent and talk about what happened in your own family, ma'am. Because a lot of folks, you know, you get people talking to you and say, well, do this, do that, but they don't know nothing about this person. But when the author can come out and say, look, I understand what you're going through. I lost my dad. My mom is going through stuff. I have gone through things. This is how I have been able to make this work. And we honestly appreciate that transparency, and people will see that you are authentic and appreciate you. So out of all this gushing about you and your book, where can people get your book, ma'am?
Well, it's available on Amazon, and it's available in the print version and also in the Kindle version as well.
Okay. And
there's definitely going to be more books in my future as well.
Yeah, it better be. All this good nuggets right here you feeding us. Now, one thing that I found real nice that I did make sure I checked your website. Okay. And you got a special program dedicated just for moms. Can you tell us about that, ma'am?
I do, and I'm really excited. I just launched it this month, and you know, it's really for the whole family. You know, it's important for a mom to keep their families healthy, but it's also important as caregivers that they need to keep themselves healthy as well, because you know, if you're not healthy, then you're not any good to anybody else in keeping them healthy. So the program was designed for moms and the entire family. It includes 2 podcasts a month on different health topics. I include healthy recipes, kid-friendly recipes. Moms will have the opportunity to kind of like Ask the Expert, where they get to ask me questions every month. And I'm also planning on some giveaways as well. So it's a great program, and I think that kids really need to start when they're young to develop that healthy lifestyle so it'll stick with them throughout their lives. I mean, they'll do better in school because they're eating healthy and they're nourishing their brain, so they're thinking better. You know, they'll do better in school. When they get out into the corporate world and the working world, they're going to do better because their mind is thinking clearly the way it's supposed to, and it's not being clouded with all kinds of junk food.
That is absolutely true, Ramona. You know, you hear everything about the DHA and all the stuff that they're coming out with to help the brains. And the Night Storm tip, and we're going to come out of YG's book, All Action, No Talk, in Chapter 9, when he goes into defeating depression.
Wait a minute. Whose book you talking about now?
YG, the one with your name on it?
Because we've been talking about Ramona's book. So we just finna do a little
one with
something.
your name on it.
Drill real quick while Ramona on the phone,
That's right?
Oh, okay.
All right. Now, in Chapter 9 of Defeating Depression Through the Foods That We Eat, he goes into eating healthier foods with regular exercise, and it goes a long way towards improving your self-esteem as well as your self-image and overall health. And a deficiency in proper nutrition can lead to depression and other negative states, as you were saying. I had no idea PMS came from, you know, milk.
Yeah.
So
yeah, absolutely.
By altering the functions, you know, in your brain and having the right amount of nutrients greatly influences your brain and your mood. And, you know, we start getting into stuff like ginkgo biloba that helps to treat the PMS along with cutting out dairy, obviously. And cod liver oil helps fight and prevent heart disease and cancer. 5-HT NYGHTP helps better mood balance and decrease in appetite and weight loss and reduce anxiety and better impulse control and helps you to sleep better. So if you're uncomfortable with taking these supplements, there are foods that you can eat, as Ramona is pointing out, that will help provide you with the same basic benefits, such as turkey, brown rice, peanuts, mackerel, tuna, tilapia, wheat bread, green leafy vegetables, and you know, eggs get a bad rep, but egg yolks and fruits and vegetables and things like that.
You know, one thing I want to say as well is that people need to understand the body has an incredible power to heal itself, given the right tools.
Right.
And food is a very powerful tool. So people need to see it that way. Like I said, they just need to shift their mindset a little bit and realize when you go for that donut, how's it going to affect my body? You know, and people, they're not there yet. We're not there yet. But I'm working on that. I'm working on that.
Yeah, we're not there yet, but we're getting there with the help of you and your wonderful book. And I'll say this, you know, a lot of the stuff out of my book is a whole lot of stuff Ramona was saying. So I'm in some good company.
That's right. You did good on your research.
Maybe I know just a little something.
Just a tad.
Because if Ramona's saying the same thing, I know I'm going down the right track.
We could eat that on the side of the Ben & Jerry's.
Anyway, now Toby, okay, Ramona, now, Nightstorm Nation, you've heard all the good stuff that you can do to empower yourself through the food, as Ramona has eloquently broken down in her book. But this section is what we call the love shout-out section, okay? Because we got loved ones who might need a little help, who need to get things done. But we want to take this time to show our appreciation to our loved ones. And Nightstorm Nation member Michael sends love to his wife Stacy because she is his everything.
And Nancy and Robert are celebrating their 30th anniversary, and he is still her knight in shining armor.
That's up, Bobby. That's what's up, Bobby. Okay, also, Chuck says that his wife Melanie is proof that God loves him.
And Deborah says that a good man is hard to find. That's why she loves and honors her awesome husband, Jimmy.
Now, Ramona, while we got you on the phone, ma'am, is there anybody special that you would love to send a love shout out to, ma'am?
I would love to. My mom, Mary, and my sister, Andrea, two of the most amazing people in the world that have been so supportive in this journey with me, with my health coaching. I love them so much.
That's good stuff. And I'm going to send a special love shout out to my queen, that I appreciate you motivating me to get my behind up, go to the gym, and for me to stay healthy so I can continue to love on you and take care of you and our children. Thank you, baby.
And I want to send my love shout out back to you, and say thank you so much for saying, all right, babies, enough Ben & Jerry's, let's go for a walk.
Okay, and we want to make sure we send a special love shout out to Ramona and her website. She got two of them. You want to tell us about your websites, ma'am?
Oh, sure. My primary website, which talks about my background and all the services that I provide, is www.wellnessbyramona.com, and Ramona is Ramona. And then the new website for the Nutrition for Moms program is www.nutritionformoms.net.
Now, that's what's up, Nightstorm Nation. You have been informed. And anything you need to say real quick, sweetheart?
Well, first, I want to say thank you, Ramona.
Thank you, ma'am.
You were so informative. Thank you so much for being a part of the show and educating Nightstorm Nation on how to eat better and do what we need to do to be healthier in 2014. And coming up next week, we want you to join us next Thursday right here on Nightstorm Radio, where our special guest will be Miss Yolanda Kennedy. She's a former sales executive and currently the producer of Launch Over 40 TV. She helps women 40 and over who own their own businesses, and they need to receive the resources to highlight and promote themselves on social media. And her motto is every woman deserves to be successful and live an incredible life. So remember to hit us up on Nightstorm Radio on Facebook and on Twitter at Nightstorm Radio. And if you're not already following us on Facebook and Twitter, guess what? You're missing out. We are currently running a contest, but it's only for members of Nightstorm Nation. So I know you're sitting there saying, What contest? Well, we're giving 2 lucky business owners 5 minutes each to promote themselves during our February 13th show. That's right. We're showing some love to our members of Night Storm Nation.
To the Night Storm
I know, right here on Love 860. And it's just in time for Valentine's Day. So y'all need to go to nightstorm.com and join Night Storm Nation by signing up for our mailing list so you can be a part of this contest and we can be letting you have your time right here on the show. That's NYGHTSTORM.
Yeah. So, Ramona, I want to say thank you again. We appreciate all of the wonderful things that you're doing. And I want to tell you personally from me and the Queen that you are a hero. We appreciate that you are getting out here in the community and doing everything that you're doing, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you so much. It's been a pleasure.
All right. Now, Night Storm Nation, it's time to stand up. And remember, you have the strength to change your life despite adversity. Anything that you've been going through, anything that's been on your mind, anything that's been holding you down, it's time to change it. It is 2014 now. And there are no more excuses. All the folks that have held you back your entire life, guess what? There's no more excuses for you to be held back by them. All the things in your mind that have held you back your entire life, there's no more excuses for that. So take power today. Right now, it's time to change your life. Because you know something, here at Night Storm Nation, you have the strength to change your life despite adversity. Why, sweetheart?
Because we understand your issues. We've been there.
Yep.
We've done it.
Yep.
And most of all, because
we are you. So if you have enjoyed yourself on Night Storm Radio, on the Night Storm Nation, as that beautiful Night Storm model music come up, I want you to join us again next Thursday, 11 a.m. right here on Love 860. What else I need to say?
That it streams live on nightstorm.com on the Talk Radio page. Also love860.com. Download iHeartRadio, iTunes Radio. Tunein Radio and iRadionow onto your phones so you can catch us wherever you are on your smartphone.
That's why she the queen. Bye, y'all. Love 860, Atlanta's inspirational talk radio station with the Night Storms. Bye.